Alright, hi mga cutie!
Hi everyone! Happy Wednesday! Hi Jules!
Hi Aya, how are you?
Good. You?
I'm good. I'm very excited for tonight. So syempre, welcome dito sa Daldalang, Walang Curfew.
Yes, itong usapang hindi nalalockdown. This
Welcome
is
to
QuaranTALK.
QuaranTALK. Okay, so para sa lahat ng viewers natin ngayon ng QuaranTALK po ay ginawa natin a month ago. Happy Mansari po sa lahat ng mga nanonood.
Happy
Aya, happy
Month.
Mansari.
Happy Monthsary Jules! Yes,
Yeah,
na tayong nagdadaldalan every Wednesday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
at 11 p.m. And today is the 65th day of the quarantine. So basically, we're talking about random things that surround the quarantine, the lockdown. Para syempre, very fruitful din yung mga discussions natin before we sleep.
Right. So let's jump into the first item for tonight. We'll give you a rundown on the status on the COVID-19 um, pandemic here in the Philippines. So, Jules, let's flash the numbers.
Right. So ito po ang latest numbers po natin as of today, May 20, 2020 from the Department of Health. Ang total cases po natin ay nasa 13,221. Total deaths po natin ay 842 and total recoveries naman nasa 2,932.
Mm-hmm. Right. For today, as of 4 p.m., we have 279 new cases and we lost 5 lives today. But we also had 89 new recoveries. And maybe one of the good news that we got also this afternoon from the Department of Health was that hindi na nadadagdagan masyado yung cases na on with our healthcare workers. But there are now 1,164 cases among our healthcare workers. Ayan. Those more updates?
Yes, so syempre masaya tayo na dumarami rin yung recoveries natin. But of course, patuloy pa rin yung pag-iingat natin na syempre dapat po ay hindi tayo maging kampante. Okay? So naging trending din. Actually, pag-uusapan natin sa QuaranTRENDS mamaya itong usapin ng second wave. Pero before that, yung second muna natin na topic. Go ahead.
All right. So on our second topic for tonight, we'll just give you an update on the controversial ABS-CBN franchise. Sinimulan sa Senado ang pagtalakay ng provisional franchise ng ABS-CBN noong Monday, around midday. Oo. Pero nung hapon din na yon ng Monday, the House of Representatives abandoned the ABS-CBN provisional franchise. It was proposed by House Speaker Cayetano. They were supposed to issue a provisional franchise for ABS-CBN to operate for until October 2020 while they're deliberating on the actual 25-year franchise. Pero wala na nga yun sa table, no? So, didiretso na daw ang House of Representatives sa pagtalakay ng regular 25-year franchise. Dahil sabi nga, ganun din naman, ulitin lang din nila yung trabaho. But also, that means matagal-tagal pa lalong wala sa ere ang ABS-CBN. The company asked the Supreme Court to issue a temporary restraining order or TRO against the cease and desist order issued by NTC. Pero hindi pa rin yun naibigay. The Supreme Court asked the NTC to justify the order, the CDO, in 10 days. So within 10 days, NTC should justify why it ordered for the shutdown of the network. And that's it. So far, wala pa ring linaw kung kailan babalik sa area ang ABS-CBN and its channels across the country.
Yung added detail lang per day na hindi umi-area ang ABS-CBN ay around 35 million pesos ang nawawala sa company. And of course, yung money rin naman na to ay naibibigay supposedly sa mga employees bilang sweldo. So yan yung ilan sa mga challenges or results na pinagdadaanan at nagiging resulta nga because of the shutdown. Anyway, ang next natin of course ay yung...
Siguro nabanggit mo rin yung sa loss on revenues. The company also said this during the Senate hearing that they are sustaining. It is true they're giving salaries for all the employees. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yan for 3 months, for the next 3 months. Pero by August, they will have to rethink and consider retrenchment or pagbabawas ng costs. Kasama na rin dyan yung cost on the employees kung hindi pa rin makabalik sa area at mag-resume ang regular operations ng network.
Okay,
So yan.
now, punta tayo sa QuaranTRENDS natin. Mabilisan lang po ito. Alam kong very excited yung mga viewers natin para sa mga guests natin tonight. Pero yung trending po natin for today, syempre kanina po ay naglabas naman si Secretary Duque ng DOH na sinasabi niya na nasa second wave na pala tayo. Kasi for the longest time, di ba, ang narrative natin na nasa first wave, iiwasan si first wave ng COVID. So, ano ba talaga yung wave na tinatawag natin? So, flash lang natin to. This is from ABS-CBN. So, sana marinig pa rin tayo ng mga viewers natin. Explain lang natin kung nasaan ba tayo ngayon. So, sinasabi nila basically, as you can see this graph, yung first wave, it was during the time na merong 3 Chinese nationals from Wuhan na pumunta dito. Then, come February, nagkaroon daw ng lull time. Tapos, pagdating ng March, doon naman pumasok itong, ito na yung sinatawag natin na second wave. Okay, yung second wave na yan, dyan natin makikita na sobrang dami na at tinatawag rin nila to na major wave. Okay? Explain lang po natin yun So first wave, yung January, lull period daw, itong February. Tapos come March, doon naman papasok itong second wave natin. Tapos, exactly on March 31, yun daw yung peak ng second wave. Kung saan nagkaroon tayo ng marami-rami, around 500 positive cases. Okay? So, yan yung explanation ng IATF kung nasaan na tayo. So, using their logic and their narrative, basically, we are preventing for a third wave to come. Kung ano man yun. Okay? So, para lang may idea tayo. Okay, si Aya babalik ngayon. In 3, 2, Aya, kamusta? Okay, Aya, na-explain ko na itong graph natin.
Oo nga Ayun, so na-explain mo na ng maayos, Jules. Sana lang hindi na masyadong confusing sa public kung ano ba itong second wave. So apparently, if you're looking for the flattening of the curve before we call something as a second wave, based on the parameters or the definition by the Department of Health, and as shown in this graph, there was a lull period sometime in February.
Right.
And maybe i-acknowledge natin, no? I hope hindi rin ma-confuse lalo yung mga tao. Meron din kasing nag-label na first major wave. Itong second wave. Dahil may dalawang wave at mas malaki yung second wave, yan daw ang first major wave. Pero again, to make it simple, the Department of Health has labeled this period as the second wave of COVID-19 cases. So dahil yan ang Department of Health, yan po ang definition na mas good as
kasi yan, yan for the record lang din. Pwedeng iba-iba yung sabihin ng mga officials at the moment, pero so far ang susundin natin yung leading agency pagdating sa health. So that would be DOH. Siguro pakinggan na lang natin kung anong developments this week. Ito may sinabi si Cherry, sabi niya, hey, they didn't even stop the first one. Wala pang flattening ng curve. So yun yung ilan sa mga mga views ng mga tao.
Views. Pero hintayin din natin kung ano sasabihin ng IATF about this nagiging maingay na issue online.
Right. Okay. I think it's about time kasi talagang excited na itong mga viewers natin. Excited na ba kayo? Okay. So sa next na topic natin, QuaranTHINKING naman. So dito tayo po pili ng pinaka-topic natin for the day. And Aya, sobrang nag-trend itong Ang Huling El Bimbo musical. Ako napanood ko sa live din months ago. Ikaw, Aya, napanood ba rin ba sa theater?
Hindi. Hindi ko siya napanood.
Ayan, so talagang iba yung excitement na pag nasa theater ka, pag pinapanood mo sila. Tapos iba rin yung saya na mapapanood mo sila na mas malapitan. Okay, sige. Intro mo na, Aya.
Alright, so earlier this month nga, over 7 million people somehow experienced theater from the comforts of their homes. As Full House Theater Company and ABS-CBN Foundation streamed the original Filipino musical Ang Huling El Bimbo. For 48 hours, from May 8th to 9th, people could watch the theater performance via YouTube and Facebook. So the two-day online run of Ang Huling El Bimbo, get this, raised 12 million pesos in donations for ABS-CBN's Pantawid ng Pag-ibig program. The program has now raised over 300 million pesos, and this is for the benefit of the families affected by COVID-19. So, yun. So, tonight, syempre, dahil maingay na topic yan, we couldn't give it to you sooner, but here it is. We are joined tonight by some of the people behind this production. We're joined by Director Dexter Santos and theater artist si Joy mismo sa Ang Huling El Bimbo, Gab Pangilinan.
Hi guys! Good evening!
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
First stop, okay po bang audio natin? Can you hear us guys?
Yes.
Okay
Yes.
naman.
Okay.
Okay pa.
Okay.
Okay
Welcome
pa
to
siya.
QuaranTALK. Alam nyo, Direk Dex and Gab, sobrang excited kami at nagpaplanuhan namin na i-feature kayo dito. And Gab, sobra ako nagpa-fanboy sa'yo. As in, kung alam mo lang.
Thank
Sobrang
you.
kami nagpa-fanboy sa'yo.
Grabe.
I can't believe that this is happening. Okay, so let's begin na. Subukan ko maging professional AI. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Alright. So let's start Direct and I don't want to call you Joy. Gab.
Gab.
Tell us naman, ano yung initial reaction niyo after finding out about the result ng online streaming na ginawa for the fundraising?
Actually, we found out, kailan lang, sir? Like 2 days ago, siguro,
Yeah,
na we garnered over 12 million pesos for it. And ever since na nag-stream, nung 7 million views pa lang,
Okay. She's
Na,
hanging.
I'll answer muna.
Sige, Sir Dex, kayo po.
Yeah.
Direct Dex.
Yeah. Well, actually, talagang nagulat kami. Tapos, yun na nga parang nung nalaman namin that there was a decision to actually stream the show, parang, okay, so we were thinking na, I knew that it would draw interest because of, again, the music of Eraserheads. So when it was streamed around 12 midnight, when it started na siya ng 12 midnight, tapos we were having like a watch party together with the other members of the cast. So parang okay, akala ko nung una parang okay sa YouTube, ganun kadami. I didn't know, hindi ko pa naiintindihan masyado yung dynamics na mayroon din pala sa FB Live. So I was very much surprised dun sa naging turn out. Tapos nung natulog lang ako, tapos pagkagising ko, I had a series of messages already and people were tagging me. I had random messages. So syempre nakakagulat. Actually, akala ko nga, I mean, ang projection ko lang, personal projection is siguro 1 million for that's for 2 days already. Kasi nga, I wasn't really expecting that. Tapos yung nalaman namin about the donation, syempre, that's more than a blessing. We're very, very much surprised. And of course, I'm very, very much grateful with the turnout of the 7 million. I mean, that's not every day that, 7 million in 2 days. Tapos ang
Right.
pinapanoorin ay isang piece of Philippine theater, tas original Filipino musical pa. I mean, even before that, we had different we have different theater performances that were streamed, I mean, National Theater has it, from Cameron McIntosh. And, that's highly explainable that it would shoot to millions. So, gulat na gulat talaga kami. And of course, people were talking about it. People were posting about it. People had different insights about it. We have random messages. I mean, up to now, I mean, nagme-message pa rin yung mga tao. People na would tell us what, ganun pala yung theater. It was the first time we were able to see a piece of theater. So, yun, up to now, tapos, because of the series of interviews, not only about ang Huling El Bimbo, people are actually interested about theater per se, about acting, about directing, about, even stage management. So yun, so sobrang grabing thankful talaga kami. We didn't expect it, really. I mean, I just, when we learned that coming from our bosses in Resorts World, from our CEO, that he wanted to stream it for a cause, parang, yeah, that's a very beautiful cause. Kasi nga, sabi ko, for the past interviews, sinasabi ko na, we've moved on. Ako yung type kasi na pag nag-close na, nag-move on na because we're ready to go and ready to go to and move on to the next show. And akala talaga namin, it's just the way. And parang on us, on the members of the company, medyo nostalgic feeling because many of the members of the cast weren't able to watch it kasi nga, the others have no alternate. So, may ganun lang feeling. And now that it was the streaming, was very instrumental in helping the victims of COVID 29 COVID-19. So yon, so sobrang masarap yung pakiramdam kasi yung nagde-develop yung pinagtrabahuhan mo, at sa collaborative effort pagdating sa theater, yung pinaghirapan mo, for a 2018 run to a 2019 run, di ba? Tatlo yung run eh. Lagi nga namin sinasabi with Mencho Lauchenko, Yula, and Michael Williams, pag nag-opening night ka ng 2018, our baby, pinanganak na yung baby mo. Tapos, pagdating ng 2019 with the things that we've modified with Floyd Quintos and the members of the other creative team, parang the baby is alive and growing. Tapos paano pa ngayon na nag-stream siya? Paano pa ngayon na we had 12 million pesos? I think it's not every day, 'di ba? Parang sabi ko ang bonus, it's not every day that people are talking about a theatrical piece like ang Huling El Bimbo. And everybody's affected, from all classes, di ba? From all walks of life. Tapos biglang merong kang 12 million donation na nakatulong. And I mean, pero isipin mo, that 12 million compared to, it's just a small percentage of the 300 million. Pero it does matter. And yun na nga, ang sarap-sarap ng pakiramdam when a theatrical piece, when your art, is comes out, differently and it's being used and nagkakaroon siya ng more meaning yung work.
Okay, Sir Dex, Direk Dex, bring us back to that 2018 or 2017 when you guys were still brainstorming the concept. Of course, we're talking about the Legends Eraserhead. So, paano nyo natahi, sir, yung songs nila at paano nabuo itong storyline natin?
Yeah, so I think feeling ko talaga destiny siya. Destiny siya. Because again, for the longest time, narinig ko na merong for the longest time since I was young, dahil lumaki rin ako sa music ng Eraserheads, di ba? It's our soundtrack of our lives, di ba? Kumbaga laging merong counterpart. Pag meron kang crush or meron kang gusto, ligaya ang theme song mo. Mga ganon, di ba? So I mean, it's the soundtrack of our lives, di ba? Di ba? Umabot pa ngayon, di ba? Yung salit, di ba? Sorry, siguro, well, year 2020 naman, di ba? Na-censor pa yan, yung bawal sabihin yung tangina, walang hiya noon. I mean, those are different versions. So, I mean, it's a soundtrack for life. So for the longest time, I wanted to do a musical. But of course, when I was a young director, I knew that I didn't have the powers because acquiring the rights would be very, very difficult. Asa na Gab? Tapos, hinahanap ka na ng mga fans mo. Tapos yun. So, when I finally got the job, actually, yung morning na for the first meeting, actually parang it was only a meeting eh. Hindi ko pa alam the nitty-gritty of it. Na nung nakita ko na doon nakakita ako sa I don't know, weird, randomly nakita ko yung there's an article kay Ellie, tapos meron doon parang I don't know, hindi na verbatim to na parang sinabi niya na that their songs are actually dark. You understand? So parang that's an epiphany para sa akin yun. So, doon yung time na yon, nakipag-meeting ako, tapos sabi ko, oh my God, paano ko kaya sasabihin to na I would like to have a musical that would dabble with social issues, that would talk about the issues of today. But of course, you cannot dissuade the idea of nostalgia. So, sabi ko, so syempre, it was my first time to work with Menchu and Michael as their artistic directors. And of course, it's a professional theater company. It's a commercial theater company. We cannot, the audience of Resorts World, Manila, and Full House Theater Company, the range is very, very big. So, of course, naiintindihan ko rin naman ang dynamics of what to be able to tread, whether if you're coming up with a commercial theater production. So, sabi ko sa iniisip ko, nag-way talaga ako, parang paano kaya. So, hanggang sa Mencho Lauchenko was waiting she was there in the bench. So, out of the blue, hindi pa nag-start yung meeting, nag-open yung discussion and we're on the same page. So, parang, what was the event? Ano ba yung event na ano yung pwedeng mangyari sa buhay ng magkakaibigan that would, na magkakaroon ng latak and lamat. So, yun. Hanggang sa, sabi nila that the title that they wanted to for the musical was Ang Huling El Bimbo. So, wala. Lukso na lang siya ng dugo. Up to now, sinabi ko talaga na I know that I wanted at the beginning, ang dalawa lang yan. The first two images that I knew was what? Alam ko na sa simula pa lang na ang gusto kong unang makita sa stage ay katawan ni Joy at nakabalot ng jar yun. Well, hindi ko pa alam na Joy yun. So I think that was the first one. And the second one, alam ko na deep inside my heart, alam ko talaga na gusto kong kantahin ni Hector. Hindi ko pa alam na Hector yon. Na alam ko yung first few lines na kamukha mo si Pariluman, gusto ko kinakanta nung character na yon sa katawan ni Joy sa loob ng morgue. I think, yun, that's it. That's it. So, yun. And it was a work in progress. So, every Mondays, nagmi-meet kami. Tapos yun nga, ang pinakamasaya is it's a work in progress. So, meron kaming mga timelines. We have 2 different timelines eh. Ang pinaka-memorable sa akin doon, meron kaming mga post-its. Tapos, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, di ba? So, parang, okay, fine. Ito yung timeline ng oldies. Oldies present. Ayaw hindi yung tawag ng oldies. Kinoin ka ng oldies pero ayaw nila. The present times, tapos the timeline of the 90s. So, we had 2. Diba? Those are 2 different timelines. So, we had to, mag-work ba to? So, yun. Maraming memories because it was actually a work in progress. Maraming pagbabago. And I think I believe that because it's an original work. So, you have to be able to change. Sorry, Gab, ha? Nag-monologue na
No,
ako.
sir. Sorry din talaga. Hindi ata kompleto. Hindi ata kompleto ang mga interview sa akin pag hindi ako nag-disconnect. Sorry.
Gab, ang daming gusto bumili ng turon galing sa'yo kay Joy.
Sure, guys. Ayoko nang saba sa totoong buhay. Charot. I'm joking. I'm okay.
Ayun. Tapos so yun nga, yun nung first run, Gab wasn't part of the cast, but she was very much part of it because ang mga naririnig naming demo was actually from
Yes.
Gab. All of the female parts, the female tracks, ang kumakanta si Gab. Ayan.
Kasi si Mike Salomon, yung musical director, usually pag sa ibang play, sa ibang musical, I've helped him also do the demos or the backing track or ganun. Pero like kunyari when he was working on El Bimbo, lalo na nung namamaos na siya kasi the way he works is once he starts, tuloy-tuloy na yan hanggang umaga. So there came a point na he needed help already with the study tracks. So yun, there was a time like kunyari yung Tama Kaligaya na favorite ng madaming tao. It was a duet between Andre Antonio and Joy, yung first boyfriend ni Joy. Si Mike, he would ask me to sing, trivia lang to, pero he would ask me to sing a certain part and then sasabayan niya with his guitar. So that's how usually he would come up with these mashups or these medleys. Yung susubukan niya muna, kaya ba to? Or pwede bang ganito, ganyan. So it was fun. It was actually fun kasi diba sir, I wasn't able to audition and I was so sad about it.
Okay.
So being part somehow of the demos and the study tracks, it kind of made me feel like I was part pa rin. And yun, it was fun. It was a fun experience. And then thankfully, 2019 happened.
Yun
So,
na. Okay.
Yeah, very important sa akin yung demo na yan. I have
kwento mo,
I have a lot of sweet memories dyan. Because parang before we started the rehearsal, siguro I think a month before rehearsals, I went to the US. Tapos parang of course we're still working on the script and everything. Tapos while Mike was doing all of those demos, so ang naririnig ko talaga was actually si Mike and si Mike at saka si Gab. Yan. Siguro kaya favorite din. Kaya laging marami may favorite dun sa, tama na nga, lagi ko nakakalimutan. Tama ka nga, tama na nga.
Tama ka ligaya.
Tama ka ligaya. So, I had, of course, I think ang mga early demos ata natin was Friendship ba? Or
Yeah. Pare ko.
Yeah.
Yung Chadeli, di ba, it was longer pa.
Yeah. It was longer pa. So, pero yung Tama Ka Nga Ligaya, of course, nung narinig ko yung mga early demos, I'm not so sure whether it was Minsan. I don't know if it was Minsan or the Friendship Medley. Dalawa yan eh.
Yes.
So, okay. So, syempre, naisip mo siya na-envision nga. Pero yung Tama Ka Ligaya, nasa aeroplano ko noon. Tapos right before that flight, nagpapack na ako. Tapos nag-send si Mike. Sabi ko, uy, Tama Ka Nga Ligaya. Okay, fine. Okay, so, alam lang namin na it was a mashup. So, actually, hindi ko alam yung song, yung tamak-tamak. Whatever. Sorry, Eraserheads. Lagi kong na-fumble yan. Tapos sabi ko,
Direk, at that moment, when you were listening to the sorry, how do you call that? Yung mga tracks na...
The demo tracks, yeah.
The demo tracks. Were you thinking that time na possibly Gab could be Joy in the play? Eventually?
Yeah. Of course, I mean, lagi namang ganon. I'm just,
Sir, nung pagrinig mo ng
sabi ko, nag-send si Mike, so ganyan, sabi ko, di ba, usually sa aeroplano, I'm not so techy, sabi ko, alam mo, you have to download it. Sige, download ko to, tapos papakinggan ko sa aeroplano, kasi nga nagmamadali na ako, ganyan. Tsaka, okay, so fine. Sabi ko, wait, Sabi ko, nasa aeroplano na ako. So, meron akong kailangan pakinggan. So, ganyan. Tapos bigla ko siyang pinlay. Tapos sabi ko, talaga, sorry, pwede bang magmura? Sorry. Tapos sabi ko parang, oh fuck. As in ha, parang sabi ko, okay, alam ko na yung gusto ko. I mean, that track alone, sabi ko, I knew what I wanted with the musical. I know where I want to. Kasi pag, yung sa iba, nag-ano lang yan eh. Meron lang akong, okay, I see the numbers, right? But because of the tama ka nga ligaya, tama na nga ligaya, I don't know. So yun, alam ko na. So I think that's why, siguro that's my favorite because very memorable siya. Bawat ano yan, tawag nito, bawat musical number, merong personal yan. Merong personal take yan on me. Actually, even the scenes, it was very, very personal. Yan. And when we talk about personal, parang last week lang, sorry sa aking mga batchmates. Okay. Tapos nag-Skype, nag-Zoom kami kasama ng aking mga 90s friends in UP Baguio.
Mhm.
Oo. Tapos sabi niya ganyan, nung napanood niya daw yan he was a married man, best friend ko to. Tapos sabi niya, nung napanood niya daw yung El Bimbo, tapos sabi niya ganyan, simula pa lang daw ng play, naiiyak na siya. Kasi he's my friend, di ba?
Nostalgic.
And 90s, nostalgic, and alam niya, parang sinasabi niya, gago tong si Dexter, gumagano siya kasi parang everything feels so familiar. Kaya lang, kasama niya yung mga katrabaho niya. So,
Okay.
hindi lang siya makaiyak, ganyan. Pero nung streaming daw, nung nakita niya yung dorm scene, I mean, and sabi niya, putang ina, sabi niya ganyan, that's us! Sabi niya ganyan.
Kalay.
So umiiyak-iyak na siya. So, siguro, that's why it's very personal because in every scene, there's a personal piece of me. Ganyan. Wag na natin puntahan yun.
Dex and Gab, can you share dahil nandiyan na tayo sa mga personal, yung pag-reminisce natin, no? Dahil nga maraming mga nakaka-resonate na mga scenes dyan. Can you share with us your favorite scene? Kasi hindi naman natin pwedeng i-discuss yung buong storyline online, pero maybe you can share with us some of your favorite scenes while you were doing ang Huling El Bimbo.
Ako, personally, my favorite is the friendship medley. The friendship medley is where... Actually, I have two. Pero sige, let's go with the friendship medley. Ang hirap talaga. Pero yun, yung friendship medley kasi for me, diba, that's where Joy develops her friendships with each of the boys. And we worked on that a lot. Kami ng other young Joys, young Hectors, young Emmans, and young Anthonys. All of us worked on it together along with Sir Dex, with Tita Menchu. Pero for me, it's special to me because that's where Joy develops her friendship with them, but that's also where I personally develop my friendship with the boys. And it's if you watch it kasi, you see how the magic has to be passed from one person to the other. And Sir Dex always repeated this to us na parang there will be no magic kung sa simula pa lang wala. So it just has to be so real, like the friendship and the trust that you give to the person. So in the start, it was Hector na lumapit kay Joy, and then Joy trusts Hector. Then later on, Joy passes that magic on to AJ when AJ gets beaten up by his father. And then later on, yung ganon. So parang it was just a piece of joy being given to everyone. At the same time, Joy accepting the friendship from them. So that was just really special to me. And every night that we did it, I don't know, like, of course, I'm Joy at that moment na hindi ako pwede umiyak. Pero every night that we did, alam mo, parang I'm overwhelmed with emotion because nga of how true and how genuine the whole friendship, the whole group works together and how it just feels, yun.
Kayo
I
Direk.
kept
Gab,
it,
what's the second one? What was the second one? Second favorite mo? Curious lang ako.
sa Delhi. Any scene with
Yeah.
Tita Sheila
Oh.
Francisco, 'di ba, sir? As in,
Oo naman.
si Tita Sheila Francisco, she played Chadeli. Any
Mm.
scene with her, I have to stop myself from watching. Pero ang sarap also to be in the scene with her because she just gives her all.
Yeah.
So it's both scenes from Act 1 and Act 2 with Chadeli. Favorite ko yun. Lalo na yung gif na nag-trend. Yung sumasayaw kami ni Chadeli.
Sumasayaw.
Ganun. As in, it's just so much joy to work with Tita Sheila. Yun. Ikaw, sir?
Ako, baka marami magsiselos na naman yung mga no, you know what? I like, memorable pa rin sa akin yung friendship medley kasi nakakatawa yan. Kasi same thing also. Nasa States pa rin ako doon. Nasa vacation ako. Tapos, for that day, meron akong pupuntahan na hinaudlot kasi nga, nag-send na naman si Mike. Siyempre, baliktad yung oras eh. Kasi nagtatrabaho si Mike ng wee hours of the morning. So, yung wee hours of the morning niya, baliktad sa
Sakto.
akin. So, sabi ko, paalis na ako. Sabi ko, ano to? Tapos, pinlay ko yung friendship medley. Tapos, hindi ko makakalimutan yan. Naka-Airbnb ako. Tapos, apat yun, di ba? So, ginawa ko, first version, kunyari ako si Joy. So, andun ako sa table. So, ina-arty ko si Joy. Right? Oo, tapos yung next, okay, ako naman si Hector. Ako naman, so hanggang sa hindi na ako nakaalis for that day because kasi pinreform ko siya because, you know,
Yeah.
tapos Easter egg lang yan. Gusto niyo ng Easter egg? Total,
Yes! I'm excited, sorry.
What's an Easter egg for that?
Importante for me, I believe in a musical, is that, diba? Kaya nga, there should always be a change. Pagdating sa isang musical number, it starts with the feeling, with the dilemma and emotions.
Yeah.
Ang problema minsan sa ibang musicals is that, I mean, personally too, this is my personal take, is that when you start to begin the song, what happens is that nasa-stretch yung emotion. Diba? Ang nangyayari, kung ano yung pakiramdam mo from the beginning, towards the end, yun lang ang nangyayari. And I think that's very problematic with a musical. Because in a musical, you have to be able to push the action forward. I mean, the idea of a musical, what differentiates it from the play is that what's the next, go on to the next musical number, go on to the next musical number, go on to the next musical number. And I think kaya nga, as cliche as it is, di ba, something has changed within me, something's not the same, di ba? And I think those first two lines is very
Wise
integral. It's very integral in a musical. Oh, di ba? I mean, come to think of it, sige, Easter egg. I don't want to explain my work, pero bonus na to kasi nag-ano kayo. So, 263 people na nagpupuyat, Easter egg ko na to. Come to think.
Naka-regulars yan, sir, for sure.
Yeah. Regulars kayo for sure to people who, di ba? I mean, you know,
Yes.
comes at the start of Minsan, the Minsan is an acquaintance, right? But from the beginning of Minsan, they just met each other for the first time, right? Pero by the end of Minsan, they're so bonded already. Right?
Yes.
But when it came to friendship medley, that wag kang matakot, buo na yung magkatatlo. But then again,
Yes.
there's somebody who's new, and that was Joy. And the Minsan of the group with Joy is actually the friendship medley. By the beginning of friendship medley, right, it was what? It was a 3, you know, and Joy, di ba? And ano
Yes.
yung may invest ni Joy sa what do you call this? Kay Hector, then kay Anthony. And by the end of the friendship medley, they're already bonded. So,
At
I
kami
mean,
na ni Hector.
at kayo na at sila na ni Hector. And I think that's the idea, di ba? And that's why people love musical theater because in just a number, ang dami nang nangyari. And that's I think that's exciting. O yun, dalawang Easter egg na yun. I don't explain my work pero
Okay. Ang ganda. Direk Dex, syempre, maganda yung na-explain nyo kanina, especially dun sa Minsan. Kasi yun nga dami sinabi ni Gab kanina, it's so magical na within one song, napakita mo yung parang buhay nila. Kung sang university man yun, but I bet it's UP kasi nandun yung...
wala namang nagsabi ng UP ha.
Yeah, wala naman. Nandun yung enrollment, nandun yung UP fair, nandun yung lantern parade, everything.
Yeah. And I think that's important for every artist because I think when you share a piece of yourself, I mean that's why, diba? That's why whether an actor, whether a director, whether a painter, whether a film, diba? You share a piece of yourself, and
Right.
I think when you share a piece of yourself, when it's very sincere, when it's coming from something very sincere, mararamdaman yun ng audience eh. And I think and when they feel it, that's why they feel the empathy coming. They feel the empathy coming from the audience, the performers, and from the work, diba? Kaya minsan hindi siya nag-work kasi alam mong hindi truthful yung pinanggagalingan niya, di ba? May mga eksena sa play na kaya ulit, hindi siya ang fake niya. There's no truth to it, di ba? So, I think importante yun. Siguro nga sobrang laki ata ng naibigay ko sa El Bimbo. From beginning till the end in terms of a personal thing, in terms of a story. Right? Actually, kahit yung, dami ko ng Easter egg ha. Actually, kahit yung away sa 267, kahit yung away dun sa Gab, kwento to, yung away right before pare ko, right? Di ba? Nangyari
Yung
sa
sapakan.
akin yan. Sapakan, nangyari sa akin yan.
Okay, Sir Dex, I wanna go go to this part na syempre, though this musical was widely appreciated by so many people online, there were also other trending things. Ito na yung mga analysis nila about the storyline, etc. So, ano po yung parang comment niyo? There was one trending opinion na parang masyado raw walang resolution dun daw sa naging character ni Joy, na parang naging successful na raw yung tatlo, tapos parang napag-iwanan na lang daw si Joy. Parang what do you want to parang extend? What kind of message do you want to reflect in this in Joy's character?
Yeah, again, laging tinatanong sa akin yan. Okay? So, ang rule, number one rule ko sa directing, never explain your work. I think when I do work, when I create pieces of the theater, importante sa akin na lumalabas yung audience na nagtatanong, you know? Ang favorite ko kasi si Peter Brook. He's a director. Sabi niya, hindi to verbatim, I don't wanna kind of paraphrase na to. It's so easy to make people laugh. It's so easy to make people cry, but it's very, very difficult to disturb them. I think that's my mantra for my directorial work ever since I was a student. Lagi ko sinasabi to sa mga estudyante ko, mas okay sa akin, mas importante sa akin na ang isang audience na, alam mo yon, na nanood siya, tapos hindi siya pumalakpak or hindi man siya nag-standing ovation. Tapos, after nang manood ng play, kumain siya, sabihin natin McDonald's or Jollibee. Tapos habang kumakain siya ng fries, sabi niya dun sa kasama niyang nanood, bakit kaya ganun ang ending? Bakit kaya ganun yung pinagdaanan yung character? Kasi hindi ganito eh. Tapos sasabihin ng isang kasama niya, oo, naniniwala ko. Sasabihin ng isang kasama, hindi eh. That for me is much more important kesa sa isang tao na nag-standing ovation, kesa sa isang tao na nag-wild curtain call, tapos pagkalabas na ng tanghalan, kinalimutan niya na yung play. Naniniwala kasi ako na if as an artist, it's your responsibility na, you know, that when ang isang tao, ang isang theater goer, makakalimutan yung title ng play, makakalimutan niya yung kung sino yung gumanap, makakalimutan niya kung anong nangyari doon, pero yung experience na ibibigay mo doon sa audience, I think yun yung pinaka-importante. A play or any other art form, it's a public domain. You know, once it's out there, you know, people will hate it, people will love it, and the mere fact that people are talking about it, the people have, you know, the people have a different take on it. I love it because there's a discourse and people are talking about it, and that's very important. The mere fact na, di ba, that people are, you know, kasi ang point ko, hindi siya magiging art pag unanimous. Alam mo yun, pag 100%, naniniwala ako siya. 'Di ba? For me, the mere fact na pinag-uusapan, the mere fact na, 'di ba? Importante sa akin 'yon eh. You know, I have when I do something, you know, 'di ba? Sabi nga nila, there are signs and symbols that you 'di ba? Okay, maglalagay ako ng mga elemento diyan. It's up to you if you get it. If you don't get it, okay din lang sa akin, 'di ba? And what do you take, friend? Kasi kailangan buhay yung art eh. Kasi pagka after ng curtain call, tinapos mo na, tapos there's no room for discussion, there's no room for kinalimutan na nila, bakit pa sila manonood ng theater? Kailangan nilang namnamin yung experience na yon. Sorry, nagmamonolog ako. But yeah.
Yung sinabi mo kanina na, what do you call this? Parang siyang conversation starter. The musical itself is a conversation starter. But maybe what was it like for Gab maybe as you were playing Joy? What resonated with you the most? Kasi medyo masyadong na-down yung character. And people are saying na they're looking for the empowerment. And again, we're giving it to the viewers to interpret it the way they want. But for you, what was it like for you playing Joy? And maybe what resonated with you the most?
Honestly, playing Joy is probably the hardest role I've had to portray. Because I mean, kita nyo naman with how the story went down. But for me kasi it's Joy, I guess I represent I know I don't guess, but I represent real people eh. That's for me that's the most important part. The fact that am I still on? Sorry, napapraning na ako. Okay. Yeah, the fact that I represent real women, and for me it could affect one, it could affect 100, but like during the entire duration of El Bimbo, there were messages from actual victims who 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 told me that and I asked permission if I could share it with the cast because it was a message that I needed to share with the cast because for me parang it was like, guys, this is the story we're telling and the story can heal. You know what I mean? Yung parang it no matter what, I mean, of course there will always be different opinions and there will always be people who will say something, but if it can be a form of healing for anybody, 'di ba? Parang that's important. That's essential. And for me, playing Joy, in one of the interviews we had a year ago, I got emotional talking about it kasi nga it's important because nga totoong tao si Joy, totoong tao siya, and I wouldn't wish what happened to Joy on anybody. As a person, I have never gone what Joy went through, but the fact that she's real is a good enough story to tell, I believe. So parang parang for me the fact that Joy went on and she didn't just survive but she fought through every single thing she had to endure, she had to go through. She fought through it eh. She didn't just let herself alam mo yun, yung parang syempre you can't explain what Joy is thinking in her head pero yun, parang
Yeah.
she fought through it until the day that siguro okay na naman sabihin na yes, she died. Alam mo yun? No, but yun, yung parang she fought until the day that she died. So, for me, that's important. That's bravery. That's strength, di ba? As a woman. So, yun lang.
Yeah,
Direct,
and
yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
sorry, and to add to that, sige, big Easter egg. Dalawa lang ang may alam nito. I think, or yeah, one or two lang ang may okay. I live in Araneta Avenue. I live in Araneta Avenue. Tapos yung may ginagawang flyover siya. So, di ba, so sometimes may stoplight dyan. Hindi to alam ng cast, but every time, when I started working with the character of Joy, dalawa lang yung pumapasok na image sa akin. If you want to be good directors, you must learn how to observe, right? Habang syempre stoplight, okay? Doon sa ilalim ng flyover, merong isang dalaga, may isang batang teenager na babae. And meron siyang anak, right? Tapos andun lang siya sa ilalim ng flyover, na ginagawang flyover. Tapos meron siyang toddler na nilalaro niya. And andun lang siya, and nakikita mo yung pain sa kanya, pero nilalaro niya yung anak niya. Sinashelter niya yung bata dun sa nangyayari sa kanya. You don't even know whether dun siya nakatira or what or ano man. And I think up to now, if yung mukha niya ang nararamdaman ko at nakikita ko ever since, when every time actually when I see that Joy scene, it's her face that I see na, alam mo yon, nasa ilalim siya ng flyover, tapos alam mo na wala silang makain, alam mo na yung kanyang anak is a product of teenage pregnancy, pero yung anak niya is what's so happy, tapos pero nilalaro niya. I mean, that for me is the image of Joy. I mean, that's my Joy, the Joy character that I've been seeing. Yun. So, I mean, and sabi ko nga, siguro panahon na para makwento yung mga ganong klaseng kwento. Marami pang kwento na hindi nakakwento. So, I think I always revert to that image eh. Laging sinasabi, when you direct, you have to be observant, you have to be observant. And ang favorite ko nga, lagi kong sinasabi ng mga, when I do a play, which is highly realistic, alam to ng mga estudyante ko, I always tell them, sakay kayo ng jeep. Di ba? Pagkasakay niyo yung jeep, tapos yung magpa-play yung music, 'di ba, sa jeep, 'di ba? Tapos tingin ka doon sa baba. Tingin ka sa paa ng lahat ng nakasakay. Tapos mararamdaman mo na habang kung paano sila mag-tap, makikita mo yung pinagdadaanan nila for that day.
Wow.
You understand? I mean, and that is real life. I mean, that's as simple as what? I mean, yung ultimong pagsakay nila dun sa jeep na yon, 'di ba? Ultimo yung what do you call that? Nakahawak, naka-ankla ka dyan. At kahit natutulog yung pasahero na yon, pag dinignan mo siya, alam mo yung pagdagdadaanan niya. May isang music na nag-play, tapos naiinganyo siya, mararamdaman mo kung masaya siya, or nararamdaman mo na, it's an escape. And those are real people that we forget, that I think we owe it to them that to be able to tell their story. Yeah. Because not every day what we get to be able to tell that story. Sometimes the stories can be on a macrocosm, which is so huge. Sometimes it can be as micro. Sometimes it can be, I mean, even sometimes the characters are stereotypical, but there's an angle na hindi pa
Yes.
natin nakukwento. Kaya up to now, ang dami pang kwento na pwedeng ikwento. Ngayon lang COVID times, I'm sure after this, we have new stories to tell. Yeah.
Ang ganda ng Direk, lalo yung sa jeep exercise na yun. Parang ang ganda niyang way para mas makapag-empathize tayo dun sa iba't ibang mga tao. Lalo na kayo as storytellers, maganda siyang exercise. But aside from that, still on the storyline, Direk, you touch on several issues on power play of some politicians, drug trade, na kahit politicians na sila, kaya pala nandun pa rin sila sa posisyon, kaya nasusustain. Those are very sensitive issues. And how were you able to parang translate and transcend that kind of message to each of the characters na nandun sa play mismo para perfectly nila ma-portray?
Yeah, I think importante din yun. Di ba, I mean, galing lang, depende naman yan. When you're doing a jukebox musical, di ba, actually, iba ang temper when you're doing a musical di ba? So, it's not a lot of, like a straight play that you get to what? The characters are, are fully fleshed out in terms of their monologues. Alam mo yun, in terms of plot, you can create all of those subplots. But the trope of a musical is different. Now, meron ka pang jukebox musicals. It's a different trope. It's a different, it's a different format. So you have existing lyrics and you have existing songs. And I think the mere fact that you have the discography of Eraserheads, di ba? That you have all of those social issues na nadadabol nila. I think it was very important. I think importante rin for the actors, working, yung mga artista ng Huling El Bimbo work so hard. Pag nakita nyo naman on the technical aspect, ang dami-dami nilang ginagawa. So, nakakapagod na yon. And of course, pagdating doon sa, dramaturgically, on all of the issues na napapaloob, they have to be able to understand them. Importante kasi yun even though you're playing a small parcel of it, or even though you're working on a topic, kahit ang general nun, kailangan buhay yun You're working on a three-dimensionality, and I think it was important. And these actors are seasoned, and they understand that each character has a biography. When I do musicals, when I do straight plays, even if you're a chorus, even if you're an ensemble member, you have to have a biography. Ibig sabihin, kailangan, you can tell me, actually, pag tinanong mo yung ensemble yan, merong pangalan yan. Right? Meron silang backstory. Meron silang, kahit if you ask
May
them,
relationship sila.
May relationship sila. And that's very important to me. Actually, pag nakita nyo, we may stage it in such a way that it's technical, that they go to downstage, right? They cross whatever. But they have stories. Kailangan buhay yun That's the only time that you can create truth, right? So, ibig sabihin, actually, even the drugs, di ba? Di ba, Gab? Kung saan nanggaling yun, kung, di ba? Kung even that decision, di ba?
Kailan mo unang natikman yung mga ganyang
kailan niya unang natikman, kailan niya unang, 'di ba? And even that money, 'di ba? Of course it's a prop, of course it's play money, but even for the actors, kailangan alam nila how that meant. And importante yun, every nitty-gritty, kasi paano mo mapapakita ang realities in life, lalo na musical theater, 'di ba? Lalo na if you're working with social issues, paano mo siya mapapakita kung yung mga maliliit na bagay, yung details are important when you're doing an art form, when you're doing theater, di ba? Even a simple, di ba, Gab, even a simple song, kahit sabihin natin, di ba, even Ligaya, ilang beses kinanta ni Gab ang Ligaya.
But contextually, it's all different and it's all saying a different thing and a different message.
Exactly. And di ba, that's the whole reason, di ba? Kumbaga,
and
parang isang bantayan.
Music, that's where everything comes in, like with the music, with the scene, with the people you're saying it to. Yun, wala lang. Sorry.
Yeah, and it can never mean the same thing. And I think everybody knows that, 'di ba? Especially if you're doing a jukebox musical. Parang 'di ba, ang ginagamit ko rin sa klase yan, yung ang Huling El Bimbo. For example, pag nagle-lecture ko, when you're creating dance or when you're creating, 'di ba? Ang isang sayaw or ang isang musical number, sabihin natin sayaw, 'di ba? Ang Huling El Bimbo, you have your first stanza, you have your chorus, you have your bridge, you have your coda. 'Di ba? Ang Huling El Bimbo, the song as it is, may reason kung bakit inuulit yung chorus, may reason kung bakit dalawa yung chorus, may reason kung bakit tatlo yung chorus. Minsan, kailangan isa lang yung chorus. May reason for it, para complete yung journey. Ganun din dapat, di ba? Bakit mo kailangan ulitin yung Huling El Bimbo na yun? Bakit mo kailangan ulitin yung chorus na yun? Di ba? And those are symbols. I mean, even a simple word, di ba? As even Gab calling AJ, even that hey should sound differently. It must mean something, and it's
Yes.
not easy. And as actors,
Tsaka,
you have to be able to do your homework. Yes, Gab.
tsaka to add to like how important details are, kahit na 'di ba nung first run and second run, even the music down to how many verses and choruses there are, sir, 'di ba pina-edit pa kay Mike 'yun. And like even with the Chadeli, the Toyang's medley, um ang dami namin ginawang tracks doon with the backing tracks and all, and then nag-end up solo siya. Yung mga ganong details, because whatever serves the story, dun talaga yung dun kailangan mangyari, parang ganon. So we will take away, we will put in. And side kwento lang, with the details, what's amazing about this streaming is people notice details they've never noticed before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we would receive messages from people analyzing our costume, from the costume, yung mga kulay, and like
Mhm.
as in insights talaga on how, kunyari, Joy was wearing yellow because she was happy, and then when everything happened to her, she started wearing red because of her rage, and she started yung ganon, and then when she had ligaya, she was wearing yellow again. Oh, another Easter egg, diba? Pero yun, tapos may nag-trend, may pumutok nga sa Twitter si Kaloy, o 'di ba? On some member siya, si Stephen Viñas, who is also the associate choreographer of Sir Dex, but he created a character named Kaloy who was a waiter in Toyang's. And because of the streaming and because of the zoom in and all, people noticed that and people heard him na parang, feeling ko si Kaloy may gusto din kay Joy. Joy, dapat kay Kaloy ka na lang. Yung may mga ganong details na wala lang. It's a completely different experience, and ang saya lang na there are people, and we hear from these people, kasi usually in a regular theater or whatever, audiences don't really discuss this much, or they don't really get to express how much they appreciate or how much they noticed from the show. And kaya ayun, kaya ang
Yeah,
saya
yeah.
ng experience din.
Actually,
Okay.
something to experience because sometimes when you're reading the comments, parang, uy, paano nyo nakuha yun? Bakit nyo nakuha yun? May gana,
Mhm.
di ba? Actually,
Oo.
meron ako isang nabasa, parang inanalyze yung ending. Tapos, parang, oh my God, paano nyo nakuha yun? Muntik, i-message ko na siya. Sabihin ko sana sa kanya, sabihin ko sana sa kanya, sabi ko, nakuha mo or something. Pero hindi, buti na
Yes,
lang hindi
yeah.
ko ginawa. Buti na lang
Yeah.
hindi ko ginawa kasi baka i-screenshot niya eh.
Hanapin
Oo
ko
nga,
ngayon kung
tapos
mamaya.
Tapos,
kalat
and
niya.
wala, hindi na siya exciting. And
Yeah, yeah.
I think importante yun eh. Like for example, when you're directing or when you're mounting a scene, I think it's important that everything that's there, the mise en scène or the stage picture, everything must mean something. It's what we call semiotics eh. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng may mga signs and symbols ka na pinapasok para maka-add dun sa narrative. Siyempre,
Mhm.
nangyayari, ano ba ang nangyayari dun sa eksena? For example, o sabihin natin, the relationship between Hector and what? The relationship between Hector and Joy, young Hector and Joy. I mean, from there, ano yung mga pwede mong ilagay palabas? It starts from
Yes.
within, di ba? That relation, what does the story want to tell? What does the scene, ano bang kailangan sabihin sa eksena? Tapos saka mo palalakihin pagdating doon. Then you paint it, right? And you, di ba? Ito lang yan. Same thing. Ang tinuro ng mentor ko, sabi niya with choreography, which I always use also, it's repetition, variation, and contrast, right? So kaya ko pinost nung when I thank you, nagpost ako ng dalawang importante yun. Look at the repetitions. Easter egg na
Image.
naman. Yeah, the
Yeah.
image. I mean, two images. The repetition of wag kang matakot, that holding that Joy, touching the chest of
Hector.
Hector, right? Di ba?
Mhm.
Yeah, gano'n. I mean, and nagawa yun so with a smile. And the pinky
The
swear,
promise. Yes.
and the promise,
Grabe, ang daming
yeah,
artwork, sir. As in, so many
yeah.
people go and notice that. Yung the images of how it evolved and how it changed. It's, yeah.
Yeah, tapos
Yeah.
I remember parang tapos when, the first time we're staging it ata nasa taas tayo sa rehearsal hall tapos when I asked Alexa, the
Yeah.
Ligaya girl to do the
Yeah.
pinky swear, parang I think everybody gasped.
Yeah. The last,
I-
what's funny,
I mean those things are sometimes you plan it. Yun yung masarap pag gumagawa ka ng play. Sometimes
Mhm.
you plan it, sometimes usually actually ang pinaka ko pag halimbawa pag nag-shower ako. 'Di ba? I don't know how. I don't meron ata
yes.
research
Sir,
ata diyan siguro. Tapos dun siya lalabas or minsan din sa moment, minsan Kasi for nagagala ako, minsan nagagala ako sa UP. I think with the second run, I was having classes ng 8:30 to 11:30 sa UP. Tatakbo
Yes.
ako from UP
To
to
resorts.
Tapos doon ko lang maiisip, yeah. And I think
Naalala mo,
sometimes...
sorry, go,
Gab.
sir.
Go, Gab,
Hindi,
go, Gab.
sir, naalala mo yung, kasi because what they screened or what they streamed was the last show. Naalala mo yung dagdag mo, sir, last show, na now everybody, 7 million saw. May isang detail na dinagdag ni Sir Dex. Sorry, gusto mo ikwento, sir?
No,
Ano
no,
yun?
ikaw,
Ano yun?
ikaw,
Ayan,
Gab.
may isang detail na dinagdag ni Sir Dex na he told us right before the show na parang sana mag-work, we'll see if it'll work, pero feeling ko it has to happen. And it was the last show.
Okay.
It was in the last image where Ligaya, di ba, she's on the car
Mhm.
and starts dancing Joyce.
Yes,
She
yes.
starts dancing her mom. And that was the only time that ever happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so it was like, it was a
I think,
beautiful image.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
I think nag-run na yon, tapos parang ewan ko, epiphany or something. So hinila ko yung si Alexa. Sabi ko, Alexa, do you know the dance of Gab in the opening? Tapos sabi niya, yes po. Tapos sige nga, pakita mo sa akin. Tapos sabi niya, sige, ginawa niya yon. So she was doing. Sabi ko, oh, gawin mo yan ha. Pero memorize mo ba yung music? Pero sabi ko sa kanya, inask ko siya. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, pero gagawin mo siya at this particular music. Pero kasi kung hindi mo siya magagawa at this particular music, hindi mo pwedeng gawin. Tapos sabi niya, kaya ko po. Actually yon, doon lang niya ginawa yan. Actually from there, into the reaching, doon niya lang ginawa. I think it was, right before the show. Tapos sinabi ko lang, I think sinabi ko kina Gab because ayokong ma-off sila.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, kasi that's
Pero,
important also. Oh, kasi alam yan ng mga actors ko. Ayoko na nag-adlib.
Okay.
Yeah, ayoko nag-adlib. If you want to do an adlib, kailangan mong ipaalam sa akin. Because
Tama.
because it's very important. I don't want actors na to-throw off because of an adlib. Now, if you decide to do an adlib, ipaalam mo sa akin, and if I approve it, ino-open ko, and I have to be able to inform, kailangan ma-inform yung co-actors.
Yes.
I think, kasi ayoko na nag-adlib on the spot because I think that's very highly unethical because nag-rehearse kayo for the longest time.
Tama.
Right? But of course, same thing also, di ba? Kasi minsan, epiphany, di ba, Gab, pag nasa
Yes.
audience ako, tapos biglang layo-layo ng audience
bababa si
area.
Sir sa amin. Tapos, guys, gather. May papagawa sa atin si Sir Dex. Gano'n. Tapos parang, magagawa ba natin yan? May mga gano'n. Yeah, pero
Okay.
exciting siya.
And exciting also because, I mean, the fans na nanonood palagi, tapos sinasabi nila, uy, may bago, uy, wala naman yon. Because totoo nga, may bago. And I think it's that makes the original the music, the original work alive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you were talking about some details na na-highlight or napansin ngayon lang, dun sa streaming, mas nakita ng mga tao. So, it kind of reminded me of what Sir Dex mentioned a while ago about the kinds of stories that we can now tell, na marami pang storya. So, now that we're in this kind of, nasa pandemic tayo, na parang everything's up in the air, Sir Dex, I know you teach theater arts also. How do you foresee theater arts in the coming months or maybe years? How will this pandemic impact maybe how we see or how we create these stories and productions?
Yeah, I think it's such a strong impact. I mean, lagi kong sinasabi that the artists are there to tell the stories of the realities of the world. So, ibig sabihin, lalo na ngayong panahon na ito, ang daming realidad na nangyayari. So, I think in terms of telling stories, ngayon pa lang ang dami ng story na nag-create in terms of content na ginagawa ng artist. I think when the time comes na babalik ng lahat at pwede na tayo to gather and to be able to watch the theater, I think yung responsibilidad na rin na yon is, I think kung ano man yung may ikukwento, napakadami na may ikukwento and for an artist. And I think kung may ikukwento man siya, it will move to a certain range. What do we create something that is reminiscent of the COVID experience or the COVID struggle, or do we create something which is more of a positivist or something, or parang from here on, what do we do as a nation? So I think ganun siya. Nakaka-excite, 'di ba? 'Di ba ang favorite, ang dahil kong sinasabi niyan, 'di ba, nagkaroon ng AIDS crisis, ang dami-daming plays and materials na lumabas.
Right.
'Di ba, all about, 'di ba? Kaya nga nagkaroon ng Angels in America, which is a classic, 'di ba? 'Di ba? You have all
Normal
of those
Heart.
plays. Normal Heart, 'di ba? I mean, all of it, even in the band played on, which is a little bit a precursor naman. Pero I think the mere fact na na merong magsusulat, I'm sure, di ba? Like, katulad ng sinabi ko sa mga past interviews, as of now, I'm sure merong artist na nagsusulat, di ba, tungkol sa COVID experience. Lagi namang ganun eh. Ang inspirasyon ng artist ay ang realidad na nangyayari sa mundo. Because, importante yun eh. Kailangan ma-express yun eh. Kailangan maikwento yun. Di ba? If we're tracing history, di ba? Magle-lecture na naman ako. If we're tracing history, di ba? I mean, during the Greek times, sino ba ang mga pinag-uusapan noon? The gods and goddesses. Di ba? If you're tracing it medieval times, no medieval times, ang importante are the stories of what? Of the Bible. Kaya ang mga topic ng mga plays noon are actually what? A morality plays, mystery plays, and miracle plays. This is the story of the saints because ang ang concentrated noon ay religion, di ba? I mean, pagdating ni Shakespeare, bakit kings and queens ang mga stories? Because of what? Of the divine right theory, di ba? Because during those times, yun ang pinag-uusapan. I mean, bakit nagkaroon ng absurdism, di ba? That there's nothing, di ba? Di ba? Walang meaning ang mundo, di ba? Di ba? Mabubuhay ka para mamatay ka lang sa giyera. Because those are the realities of life. So, I mean, kung ano ang nangyayari sa mundo, yun ang natatranscend sa art. Kaya nga di ba, kaya nga nagbago, di ba, from the impressionist, di ba, nagbago ang work of art. Before that was realistic eh, di ba, humanism ang point of view ng art. That's why you see all of those, di ba, all of those details in terms of the body. But then again, when it became expressionist na ang tao is not only defined but the outside, but the inner subjective, kaya yun yung art na nakikita mo, same thing. Di ba? And right now, we have a different medium. So, yun ang lalabas. And it goes on a cycle. Nagsicycle lang yan.
Direk, dami nag-take down ng notes ngayon.
Dapat.
Umiikot.
Dapat. Free class to.
And just like art, nagiging trend siya. Nagbabago siya. Even, di ba? Gab, di ba? Kahit sa New York, di ba? May times na what? It's all maximalist, di ba? It's all musicals, happy musicals, di ba? Pag nakita mo yung set design nila, it's all what? Di ba? Parang maximalist. Pero nagkaroon ng times, pagdating sa Broadway, it's all minimalist naman.
Minimal.
Di ba? Minimal. Yun naman yung gano'n. It became intimate naman. It's a cycle. Alam mo nyo? Pag sinasabi sa akin, di ba? Pero itong sinasabi ko, nothing is new in the theater anymore. Okay, walang pwedeng magsabi sa akin, I'm revolutionizing world theater. Lahat yan nagawa na. Right? Lahat yan nagawa na. Kahit yung mga flying system na yan, nung Greek times, meron tayong mechane. Nagawa na yan. Yung mga rain effect na yan, nagawa yan medieval times. Mga Noah's Ark, nagawa na yan. Pero, ang laging bago ay yung storya na ikukwento ng playwright, yung kwento na ikukwento ng director, yung kwento na ikukwento ng buong play. Yun ang laging bago. Right?
Ganda.
So I mean, yun nga yung sinasabi ko, importante yun eh, experience. What are the stories that you wanna tell? Kaya yun ang itinitake eh. So in terms of execution, of course, may bagong technology na nagbabago at naglalagay. Kahit sabihin natin, even you working on the films, even all of those LEDs, all of those videos, 1970s, the French, or 1960s nga, I think, the French has integrated that video sa mga performances na yan. So, I think it's a matter of reinvention with a new story.
Okay, para tayo nasa masterclass, no? Tonto ang viewers natin.
Yun talaga yun.
Yeah. Gab,
Rare naman
you posted on your IG itong tungkol sa live events PH, still in line with the COVID-19 kasi hardly hit talaga ang theater in lahat ng mga live events. So, how do you see this industry could bounce back or even survive even during this time of pandemic? Ano nakikita mo magiging future ng theater?
Right now, well, tulungan eh. Ngayon ang daming, as in theater artists, most of my close friends are theater artists, and all of us, we talk about how there are so many fundraisers and there are so many initiatives to help each other out, which at a time like this, we never expected a pandemic like this to happen in 2020, diba? There were just too many plans. Actually, nung March, how many plays yun, sir? Parang there were 20 plus shows ready to open in March. And all of those had to cancel because of the pandemic. And there was word on how COVID was happening like December pa lang. But, nobody expected it to hit, right? And it did. So, I think the first few weeks, I would tell people, when people ask me how I am, ganyan, I was like, it comes in waves. you know, when you just don't want to think about it, but at the same time you need to survive, right? Like,
Mhm.
you don't want to think that you're not earning, you don't want to think that all your plans for 2020, and usually for a theater actor, that's lined up na eh. Kumbaga, you're booked months before, and then you're like, okay, my year is set, ganyan. And then all of a sudden, it's woo, down the drain, ganyan. So, wala. I mean, Filipinos in general, like, are resilient. What more, like, I would think theater actors would be there would be an extra bonus resilient. Alam mo yun, yung parang, we have to we need to do what we need to do to survive. But right now, I'm saying na, we're all helping each other out. We're all taking care of yung keeping each other in check. But at the same time, we're looking for ways talaga. I mean, I'm sure theater companies right now are talking, and there are conversations going around with how the theater community will
Mhm.
survive this pandemic. And right now there are programs like Open House Fundraiser, where they've been helping out the displaced workers in the performing arts, and my workshops yan, my discussions, roundtable discussions. They've been streaming also. I mean, a lot of companies have been streaming to raise funds. But also there's Virgin Lab Fest, who plan to, what you call this, push through with the theater festival, pero online. So there are people rehearsing over Zoom, and ito, like, things like this, yung discussions like this never used to happen before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we also try to look at the brighter side, diba?
Mhm.
At the brighter side of things. And then there are also people who started live streaming. Ako, I started live streaming kanina. Yung mga ganon, like, theater people are migrating to apps like Kumu, and theater people are starting to vlog also. I mean, we can't deny that everything is online right now, and hindi talaga tayo mauubusan ng content. And as Sir Dex said yesterday, hindi tayo mapipigilan talaga. I mean, after all this, the theater will still be here, and we don't know how, or like, how to get things going again or what, pero it will.
Mhm.
That's for sure. Lalo na ngayon na people are talking about theater, and
Yeah.
it's I was telling Mickey earlier, Mickey Bradshaw, I was like, how ironic that now that we're not in the theater is being talked about like never before, you know? So and I said this in many other interviews, na people are just waiting for the day we can gather again. So I don't think it's yes, it's survival, but at the same time, it's not going to die. Alam niyo yun? Yung
Mhm.
parang theater will be here, and people will be running to the theater the moment we can. Alam niyo yun? So, yun. Yun
Yeah.
naman.
Yes.
Yeah, I think also, di ba, nung early times of COVID 20, 20 COVID 2019, sorry. Early times of COVID, lagi siyang, I think, makita mo rin yung power of the artist to be able to adapt. Nung una, parang,
Yeah.
I think it was important to work with information dissemination, di ba? I think yun eh, di ba? Yun yung muna I think those are the first tracks of it.
Yeah.
Tapos suddenly, you have to be able to, the idea to be able to help and lend a helping hand. That's why you have all of those, you have all of those fundraising.
Yeah.
Tapos right now, I think the artists, even now, the artists do understand that medyo, I think, matagal pa to.
Yeah.
Right? I think, yeah, and right now, artists are creating content. I'm so, ayoko siya talagang tawagin na new theater because it is not
Yeah.
really, it's not really
Yeah.
theater eh. I mean, when you define the theater, it's actually what? It is a gathering which you're able to be
Yeah.
able to experience a performance live, audience. But I think these are theater-related content, right? These
Yeah.
are content, di ba? Kumbaga, nagkaroon ng certain platform online which is actually theater. This actually is actually a theater-related content which makes theater alive, di ba? I
Yeah.
mean, even it's a discussion, even if it's a stage reading. And I think katulad nung sinabi ni Gab about the Virgin Lab Fest, it is a play which is intended to be shown inside a black box. But again, di ba, nagkakaroon ka ng ruminations of how to be able to stage it. And I think, yun na nga medyo na-excite din ako dun sa interdiscipline. Di ba? Interdiscipline na magko-cross section, like for example, di
Yeah.
ba? It would be a nice collaboration. Like for example, ako, if I want to do a content, I have to be able to learn all of these apps. I have to be able to learn, di ba? Di ba? Kumbaga, kasi sanay kami sa teatro na working towards na three-dimensional, 'di ba? Kahit nakatalikod ako. Pero right now I have this small camera. So how do I
Work with that.
transcend that? Work with that. And it's different naman from TV, which you have all of those angles already, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So the editing also is different, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Like for example, if you're working in a film, now you have what? Also you're working with somebody na paano matatranscend? Iba pag nanonood ka sa TV, iba pag nanonood ka sa movie house, and iba rin if you're watching on a, what do you
Iba
call
yung
this?
experience eh.
Experience.
Yeah.
So how do you translate that? How do you translate a narrative? So I think it's a learning process for everybody.
Yeah,
Which I think is, is healthy at yung magtutulungan, 'di ba? Matututo ang mga theater people sa gumagawa ng online, matututo rin ang mga theater people sa gumagawa sa TV at saka sa pelikula. Same thing also, 'di ba? And I think yun yung magpapabuhay sa teatro. And yun na nga tama yung sinasabi ni Gab. And I think dun din ako pinakamasaya is that people are talking about the theater. Filipino theater. Ay,
Yes.
di ba? Di ba?
Yeah.
Di ba? I mean, di ba, pagkahana nung kabataan namin, di ba? Ang alam lang namin, Miss Saigon eh. Di ba?
Correct.
Di ba? Di ba? Di ba? Miss Saigon, Les Miserables, di ba? Yung mga bata ngayon, ang alam nila, Hamilton, di ba? Tapos ano pa yung, what's his name? Sino to? Gab, what's this musical? Yeah.
Which,
Di ba? So,
Hansen.
Yeah. All of Evan Hansen. Di ba? Ganun
Yeah.
alam natin. Pero ngayon, we're talking about what? We're talking about Philippine theater, tas original
Yeah.
Filipino work. Di ba?
And all over the world.
Filipino
Filipino
ito
all
lang
over.
ha. Yeah. Ako, proud ako na gumawa ng original Filipino work kasi hindi siya madali. Di ba? Mahirap siya. Di ba? Ang mga Broadway shows, years yan. Di ba? Like for example, sabihin natin Spring Awakening, 'di ba? Sobrang bata pa what's his name? Lea Michelle, 'di ba?
Yes.
Sina Jonathan Groff, pag nakita mo yung the early works, bata pa lang sila. After 7 years saka dinala sa Broadway. Ang Pilipino, ang original Filipino work. O ayan, swerte ka na kapag meron kang 2 buwan.
Yeah.
Right? Tapos meron kang 2 buwan para ilaban 'yan, 'di ba? I mean, 'di ba? So ako proud ako that we get to create original Filipino works na it's a trial and error process. At ang buhay ng El Bimbo is forever yan, di ba? Ang mag-rehearse kami, sabihin natin, ng, what time do we rehearse? 2 to 9 or something?
2 to 9, 7 hours a day.
Yeah, 2 to 9. 7 hours
6
a day on the regular. Yeah, but early call dapat yan. Importante yan na they do like early call. Tapos wala silang choice na mag-warm up, kailangan early call kasi nga mahirap yung choreo. So kailangan alam nila yung choreo right before. Kasi ang rule ko talaga sa rehearsals is that you don't use rehearsals to remember choreo or remember lines. You use rehearsals to improve. So dapat kung ano yung naturo for today, kailangan by the next day alam mo na yung choreo. So usually at maaga sila. Si merong mga dalawa or taong hindi masyadong maaga. Ang initials J at saka G.
G at G.
Baka nanonood sila, joke lang.
Baka nanonood sila. So ganun, 'di ba? Tapos actually even dinner break, 'di ba? Actually dapat nag-rest sila but they review choreo. Pagdating ng bahay, mag-uusap kanya, meron kaming thread with the artistic staff, mag-uusap ko, ituloy pa rin yan or something. With the early part of rehearsals, of course, syempre, minsan nagbabago ng music si Mike or something. Si Mike Solomon, di ba? Minsan, Mike, kailangan baguhin tong music na ito or something. Tapos sabihin niya, susubukan ko. Tapos mag-uusap pa rin kami all throughout the messenger. Tapos kinabukasan, o sasabihin niya, wala pa, pero ayun pala, malilate ako hinahabol ko lang to. Meron na pala. Alam mo yung gano'n? Minsan, mainit-init. Even Easter egg, di ba? Easter egg, the Balikbayan Box song, wala naman siya eh. Di ba? Nag-rehearse lang kami. Tapos, syempre, ang galing-galing ni Miss Sheila Francisco from National Theatre.
National Theatre
or something. Tapos parang naramdaman ko lang na, oh wait, di ba?
Kailangan isama.
She has to have a number. Tapos andun si Ding Dong. Ding Dong, anong kanta ang pwedeng kantahin ni Chadeli during this time? Tapos hahanap daw siya. Paghahanap daw siya, labas siyang ganyan. After a few minutes, lumabas na siya. Balikbayan Box. Mike, Balikbayan Box. Tapos sabi niya, paano Balikbayan Box? Tapos kinabukasan, meron ng -1. Those are the beautiful moments. Whiz-kid naman kasi si Mike Salomon. Kaya, ayun. Pag punchline sana ako. Pero hindi na. Yeah.
Hi.
Watching right
and,
now.
it's highly collaborative. I think ganun yung masarap sa teatro because sometimes may maiisip ka tapos may maiisip si Mike tapos may maiisip tapos minsan pag dumating yung si Marlon Rivera who's a costume designer, dumating si Gino Gonzalez, dumating si ano, meron silang bago na isip, meron silang question, oo nga no, paano? So iisipin mo yon. And you have what, Menchu and Michaels who are always there, meron silang bago maiisip tapos pag bumisita si Floy, 'di ba? At nakanood siya. Sometimes nanggagaling yun sa artista, 'di ba? Actually ito
Mhm.
Easter egg din to. I love observing actors. Not only during the scene, wag na, hindi ka na sabihin kasi baka umarte-arte sila. Ay, hindi na maging raw at saka maging sincere. I observe actors because like for example when they're saying lines, for example during break, tapos marinig mo sila minamouth nila yung lines, nakikita mo yung nuance kasi merong understanding of it. Tapos
Okay.
gusto ko rin na tinitignan pag naka-standby yung actors because they're preparing eh. So right now you understand where they're coming from. So sometimes you'd know and you have to be able to take okay, ito lang yung stake na mababago nila. And I think that makes, kaya nga sabi ko nga kaya ang pinaka-hate na part ko ng ng theater making is the show kasi pag director ka
Tapos na.
nanonood ka na lang eh. Di ba? Nanonood ka lang pero pag rehearsals nabubuhay ka and it take all of
Yeah.
those things and yun it's the meaning making, it's the process of you creating it from scratch, yun ang exciting. Sorry ang daldal ko na ng 12:00.
Yeah.
Thank you po, Direk and Gab, for this very rich discussion. Actually, ang dami niyo pong na-share na insights and mga nuggets, the Easter eggs na I think na-enjoy ng mga friends natin watching online. Actually, Gab, ang daming concern sa health mo. Hindi lang gabi na daw napupuyat ka at meron ka pa daw Lex na live.
Guesting ka pa pala. 12:30.
Hindi. It's, guys, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Hindi, mga kasama ko yan kanina rin. Basta, anyway,
Okay.
thanks guys. I'm really fine.
Ayan. So, Direk and Gap, that, before as we wrap up, no, maybe you can share, from your point of view, what do you think can people out there, yung mga nanonood ngayon sa atin, and the public in general, what can we do to help the sector and maybe theater artists? We're all craving for more theater productions na live. But during these times, what do you think can we do to have this bayanihan spirit talaga raging?
Yun na.
Sige, well, right now, there's this initiative called Open House Fundraiser. Nag-band together ang mga theater greats na ano, parang sila Toff de Venecia, Jenny Hamora, Phil Stage. They band together so that they could help out the displaced workers in the performing arts. And what Open House does is they produce content, they produce different kinds of shows every week or so about theater. So it's for people, lalo na ngayon na people are asking so many questions about the theater. I posted a few weeks ago na if you have questions about theater, you can even visit Theater Fans, theaterfansmanila.com. Open House Fundraiser, they can answer all your questions. But right now, that's where you can donate directly if you want to be direct about donating to help the performing arts workers and the artists. And this is all down to the staff, the crew, yung costume mistresses, lahat. Yun, Open House is trying to help everyone. And I think right now they've earned over 1 million pesos and they've dispersed about 800,000, meaning they've helped mga 400 plus workers and hopefully mas dumami pa with everybody's help. And yeah, also to be able to, for those who have other questions, watch plays. Ang dami. Like we say this all the time everywhere. El Bimbo is just one out of the many plays, as in years and decades of hard work of people with heart, of people with passion for the theater, for the craft. It's one out of so many, and there are just so many online right now. Like Dulaang UP, diba sir, Dulaang UP, they have their full shows by Dexter Santos and Floy Quintos. Nandyan yan lahat, as in it's all on YouTube. TCP also, they stream their plays. So, just watch. As in, ask lang and people will answer naman. Pero, yun, there are so many ways to help now. But yun, those are the main avenues or main websites where you can help directly?
Yeah.
Sir, do you want to add?
Yeah. For me, naman, I believe that I mean, when everything's all stable already, I mean, economically stable and financially stable, and everybody's safe already. Of course, naniniwala ko. Ako right now, with all the love na binibigay at pinaparamdam nyo sa amin, alam namin na pupunta kayo sa theater. Alam ko na pupunta kayo dun sa space na yon. Pero I think ang important lately, ang pinag-reflect ko right now is the current status of the artists that we have. So tama yung sinasabi ni Gab, whatever online content that is theater related, the mere fact that you decide to watch it and support it, please do, because it means a lot for us, for everybody. Halimbawa, ang daming naka-stream, stream online, naka-stream online. So watch them. And I think ngayon may mga bawat artist na Gab nga nagkukumo, tapos nakikita nyo may mga workshops. Of course, it's different. But then again, the mere fact na meron kayong mapupulot, please do support them. I think in that little way, may mapatututunan kayo, and that support, I mean, if you're at home and you have if you have money to spare or whatever, you can actually enroll in those classes.
Yes.
It's like, I'm sure may mapupulot and mapupulot. Support them, especially the freelancers. And of course, again, if you have money to donate to the open house and to the other causes na would actually help the artist. Kaya tulad ng sinasabi ko nga, hindi siya biro. Kasi, of course, may mga malilay off na mga regular employees. Pero ang mga taga-teatro kasi, per show sila eh. Depende dun sa show. And right now, we have 6 months or 7 months or 8 months left. I mean, more pa bago matapos yung eksena. And imagine kung paano sila kukuha ng pera in order to pay bills. They have to pay bills.
Yes.
You have to put food on the table. You have to be able to support their family. So in whatever way that you can, please just support them. Actually, after this, because people are actually asking me to have a talk, I'm maybe over the weekend, I'll try to schedule a Q&A. Tapos, and
Yes,
also,
sir.
and there's some artists na I want to help na I want to curate or a module, help them to create online workshops which actually can work to create a curriculum na they can these freelancers can actually do or actually monitor or facilitate online para naman kahit paano makakatulong or they can earn naman, and I think that would be nice. So I'm trying to create a group, a pool of artists na I can create and just create an online curriculum. And it's also a practice for me also because we don't know what's gonna happen. So
Kailangan umandar eh.
kailangan umandar din siya kasi hindi ko rin alam kung kailan babalik ang,
Yeah.
'di ba? Kailan kami babalik sa UP, and I think nung una aaminin ko in denial pa ako. Alam mo 'yon?
Yes.
But then again, this is the reality. You have to be
Yeah.
able to adapt. So I think I'm gonna use also this time to, for example, na mag-try to create a curriculum o a syllabus na pwedeng for online content based on the subjects that I teach. Siguro yun, it's a discovery. Tapos and hoping also na because for the live events as well, di ba Gab? Ang dami namin nakalinya for live events na
Oh,
of course
yes.
nakakatakot.
Online.
We have the corporate
Live
show.
online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for our corporate shows na actually that's a bread and butter for many of us freelance artists na na-cancel. I hope sana when everybody's stable na, baka makita at mapansin ng mga companies ang feasibility, 'di ba, ang capability ng online content and the reach. Baka
Yes.
we can create online shows, and that would mean employment for the
Yes, for
theater
sure.
artists. Yun.
Okay.
Yun lang. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Direk Dexter, and of course, Gab. Alam nyo, talagang sinubukan lang namin kayo i-message, and thank you so much for noticing our message. At ngayon, nandito kayo, sobrang daming natutuwa ng mga viewers namin. Sobrang daming learnings. But before you guys leave, picture muna tayo, okay?
Okay.
Smile tayo. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and... Alright. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys for having us. We enjoyed it.
I'd like to. Yeah, I'd also take this opportunity kasi, I mean, ang dami namin, well, this is my 3rd interview. I'm sure
Yes.
si Gab, sobrang dami. Sobrang thank you lang talaga dun sa nag-spend ng time to watch all of these theater-related content, these theater-related interviews. It means a lot to me and, to us kasi nga, you're giving theater a chance, Philippine theater a chance. So, sobrang thank you. Sobrang thank you. And you
Yes.
guys also, for you guys who's producing this itong
Yes.
types of content. Salamat. Oo, kasi I mean, the mere fact that you're gambling something na hindi ano yun, hindi
Anytime,
popular.
makatulong kami.
And I think
Thank you.
that's a nice lesson for let's help each other. Let's help
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to add to that, speaking of content, si Stephen Viñas and Josh Cabiladas na taga El Bimbo, may weekly show sila. So magpa-plug na rin ako ng show nila this Saturday at 3 p.m. Si Stephen Viñas, for those watching, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Kaloy. So ayun, nananawagan po siya. Charot. Pero ayun, hope you guys can come by on Saturday, 3 p.m. Yan.
Yeah, sorry, na-realize ko lang, Gab. It would be nice also to conglomerate all of these shows. Diba? Tapos merong centralized publicity, right? So that,
Yes. But
so
you know,
that, diba, a theater schedule, or an online theater-related content so that people are,
yeah.
diba? So,
Exactly.
alam nila.
Alam nila. I mean, syempre, it goes by the week, no? And then
Yeah,
there's new.
by the week.
Pero,
Yeah.
yeah, we should. But
Yeah, we're trying
thank
to
you again.
produce more content na related sa theater para syempre makatulong din yung
Yeah. Oh,
like last week we had Sir Audie. This
Yeah,
week,
oo.
siguro next week, let's see kung sino pang pwedeng ma-feature natin. Thank you, guys.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Good night,
Aya.
po.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Good morning.
Good morning. Sir Dex, bye-bye po. Gab,
Bye,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Bye.
Thank you.
I'll watch you, Bibo and Gab, in a few minutes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Alright. So mag-isa na lang ako na wala si Jules Guiang. So yan, thank you to Director Dex Santos and Gab Pangilinan of Ang Huling El Bimbo. Ayan, so I hope you guys will really check out some of these new platforms for our performing artists, and some I will be sharing with you the open house publicity materials and information towards the end of the show. Ayan, so for me lang, kahit na challenging times to, meron pa rin some sort of excitement with the kind of content na pwede nating ma-expect.
Alright guys, sorry po na wala kami. Sobrang natuwa kami doon sa discussion. Eya, kung nandyan ka pa, balik ka lang. And let's close the show. Thank you so much sa lahat po ng mga nanood ngayon. And once again, thank you to Direk Dex Santos and of course to Gab Pangilinan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panahon na ibinigay para sa QuaranTALK. Eya, ayan. Nataranta yung system natin. Anong takeaway mo sa interview natin?
Okay, sobrang
So yung nawala tayong dalawa.
Oo nga eh.
Okay, for a minute there, I thought I was left all alone and by myself to close the show.
Para ba yung pangako
and-
nila Hector na babalikan si Joy pero hindi naman bumalik? Parang ganun.
Pero tayo bumalik. I'm actually worried now, no? Kung hanggang saan tayo naputol kanina. But, yeah, I'm going back just to maybe repeat if ever hindi nyo narinig kanina or kung as in totally new ito. Ang takeaway ko sa discussion kanina just left me feeling very excited, Jules.
Yeah.
Kasi even in these trying times, it's also parang very positive and hopeful. There's a hopeful vibe pa rin among the artists and content creators because
Right.
this new experience kind of brings out the creativity that we have, di ba? Yung mga bagong storya, bagong storyline na mabubuo, mirroring the realities that we have now. Also, yung nabanggit niya ni Sir Dex kanina, yung interdisciplinary na mga nangyayari ngayon. You have now, imagine, filmmakers, videographers, photographers, and you have the performers, whether teatro yan, music, or sa pelikula mismo, or TV. They can collaborate on new forms and new format na baka hindi pa natin nakita before. Pero it can give birth to new ones. And with the advent of this new technology and mobile applications, anyone can now be a content creator. You have TikTok, you have Kumu, you have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what have you. Have your own website, you can publish anything. So, challenge din to sa creativity nating lahat. Siguro, I would say may future lalo mas may craving for theater, for new productions, and for new stories. And kailangan lang talaga nating i-ride out tong waves ng pandemic. Waves talaga, naging natin, the second wave, the first wave, and whatever wave pa na darating, sana wala na. We just have to brave through this pandemic.
Right. This is the live events industry. Kaya nga may nabuong coalition ngayon. It's a live events Philippines or live events coalition. So it's a coalition composed of people from theater, from hosting, from all different kinds of arts, dancing, singing, lahat yan na gaya na sinabi ni Direk Dex kanina, ito yung ilan sa mga tao na per gig kumikita or per show kumikita. So think about them, di ba, na for the past 2 months na walang shows, na live shows, ibig sabihin 2 months din sila walang kita. Siguro yung iba may mga ipon din naman, pero paano yung iba na pasimula pa lang o talagang siguro surviving sila na makaipon. So ito yung challenge na kinakaharap ng industry na to. And for those who are watching right now, nood kanina na sana magpatuloy tayo na mag-support, lalo na kung merong mga online efforts na pwede mag-donate tayo kasi malayo yung mararating ng mga donations ninyo. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. But as we end, of course, another segment of our show is ano ba ang ambag mo? Okay, ano ba yung ambag na pwedeng mabigay ng taong bayan para sa panahon ngayon? At ang feature natin ngayon, of course, related pa rin sa theater, sa performing arts, walang iba kundi ang Bayanihan, Musikahan. Go ahead, Ea.
Okay. Bayanihan Musikahan is a series, guys. It's a series of online concerts by some of the most renowned names in Philippine music industry. It's initiated by the National Artist for Music, Mr. Ryan Cayabyab. And so far, funds raised as of May 15th, hindi pa to updated, May 15, 5 p.m., over about 76,204,855 pesos na ang na-raise ng Bayanihan Musikahan. That was a week ago. So, yan. Gamit ang pondong ito para suportahan hindi lang ang mga tao at manggagawa sa performing arts, sa creative industry, para din to sa mga healthcare workers and iba pang sector na affected ng COVID-19. So, follow them on Facebook to stay updated on their performance schedule. It's on Facebook, it's Bayanihan Musikahan. Ayan, so halos gabi-gabi ata ang performances. So visit their Facebook page or their website. Sa website, updated din ang amount raised if you want to know and kung saan sila napupunta, bayanihanmusikahan.org. So that's one. And just can we flash the other featured initiative? This was mentioned.
Open House. So Open House is an online fundraising project featuring online shows and free creative classes. Open House is initiated. Oops, sorry, not this. This one. Okay. Teka, ipa-flash ko solo ko lang para makita nila. Okay, yan. Nakikita niyo po yan. Featuring online shows and free creatives classes. Open House is initiated by Artists Welfare Project Incorporated together with PhilStage, Theater Actors Guild, Spit, and Third Word Improv in cooperation with Ticket to Me. This is for the benefit of the performing arts community. Donations will be used as cash assistance for the most vulnerable artists and creative workers to help them survive in this difficult period. Follow them on Facebook for the latest schedule of free classes and performances. Facebook po nila ay Open House Fundraiser, and to donate, please proceed to bit.ly/donate open house. So yan po para po yan sa welfare po ng ating mga theater artists. Alright. Yan.
There.
Okay, and siguro as we end, no, i-plug na rin natin to na we will be airing an online concert. So this is a free concert to be led by Mitoy. Okay, so this is on May 30, 7:30 p.m. here in the Philippines. And it will be for the benefit of our Filipino health workers living in the UK. Okay, so lahat naman magdo-donate dyan na from UK ay mapupunta rin para sa mga health workers na mga Pilipino. Na balita ko sobrang isa sa pinaka hardly hit yung mga Filipino health workers natin. So once again, May 30 at 7:30 p.m.
Yes. Ayan, Jules, it's been a rich discussion again
Sure.
for tonight. And yes? Yeah. Ayan, so mga cuties, join us again next on Friday, actually, on Friday. Kasi on Friday, ang pag-uusapan naman natin is how to use your influence or social media also for social good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So meron tayong influencer na makakasama and recently talagang ginamit niya yung kanyang platforms para mag-educate, magbigay ng mga information tungkol sa iba't ibang social issues. Very exciting din ang magiging guest natin for Friday. Okay,
Alright. Yeah, so mga cuties, kita-kita ulit tayo dito sa daldalang walang curfew.
At usapang di nalalockdown, ito ang
QuaranTALK.
Live tayo po dito sa Facebook lagi, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 p.m.
Yes, and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/QuaranTALK online.
I'm Jules Guiang. Once again, please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jules Guiang and Jules Guiang 420 on Uplive.
Right, and I'm Ea Antonio. Connect with me on Twitter, at Ea_Antonio, and on Instagram at Ea Antonio. So see you again on Friday, 11 p.m.
Guys, good night.